All right, so we made that. We'll clean it up and just gonna make sure it all fits right. That's gonna sit behind that and just stick out like that. I'll show you in a minute. A mess of spaghetti here, so we're rewiring. So this harness that comes down from the box, I have all these wires written down, color coded, so I know what those all are. So they come down to here. The other ones went on there, so we just ran one heavy cable, so number 4 and a number 4 that go to the back, and a number 4 to the back to the battery. So we got them running it down in here. And then we got another ground wire going to the block. And then I got my, look at this, we got these little, can you see that one there, John? Or no? It's probably right. So we got those blocks like we put on the other car. See those block connectors? So you run the heavy cable to that, and then you can run all your little accessory stuff off it. Can you see that one? It's behind the tire. It's against the tire. So this is gonna go. We're gonna run this in. Yeah, go ahead. Take it all the way out. All the way. All the way. All the way. Right there. Stop. So that's gonna get ground. That other one goes all the way to the back. So this will be ground to the block and the engine compartment. This goes to the starter. That goes all the way back to the battery. And then this hot wire comes into here and feeds all this stuff. It's all fused. And then in here, we got the MSD box. This the shift light. All the controllers are gonna go in here. So the nitrous controller is over on that side, and then an RPM controller is gonna get hooked up in here. There's a lot of
wires.
Yeah, a lot of wires. Got a nitrous bottle heater here. It's gonna get hooked up. So we're getting there. I need that piece of paper with all the wires I wrote down when I had the box open. So when I had this box open, I checked all the wires. So got a purge button over here.
Put it somewhere over here.
We got a bottle heater over there. It's on top of the box with the block.
Okay.
In that notebook.
Okay.
All right, let's go. All right, well, started the wiring process here. So that switch, okay, Moroso makes one of these. Joe's, they're all the same basically, but you need the 4-prong deal so that you can run a wire. This is a jumper wire, right? The battery goes to B. All the accessories that go into the car go to that. But you need a separate wire that goes to the alternator. Okay? What happens is if you're running an alternator, the car's running, it'll shut it off if the car is, like, it won't have power. But if the car's already running and you shut it off, the alternator back feeds and it'll keep the car running. It won't shut it off. So you need one of those. That's going to go to that. This is for the fuel pump, right? The fuel pump relays are all mounted right here. You want direct power to them. And then it gets this jumper wire. This is just a trigger wire for the relays. So that's going to get a yellow wire all the way to the front to the switch panel. We're going to weld another stud here for our ground. This is the ground that goes all the way to the front. This is the battery. That's the battery that runs all the way to the front. Okay? So in here, what I'm doing is I just untangled all this spaghetti crap here and got rid of what I don't need and stuff that we had set up for the shifter and all that. So Josh is going to run his trans brake off of a clutch pedal. So we're going to run that. The MSD box is in here. This is for the RPM actuator. Okay, so we're going to run all that stuff. This comes all from the switch up top. We're going to reconnect all those wires that go to the front. So we got those mounted onto there. These will all be nice and tidied up once we're done. This is all crap we don't even need. So under here, we're gonna redo all this. We got a wire running, ground wire running to the block now. We're picking up a number 6 wire that's gonna go from the alternator all the way back to that other switch panel I showed you. This was set up on the shifter. We don't need any of that anymore. So the shifter has a neutral safety switch I made in it. So we're gonna hook that up. And then all the wire and harness is just gonna go in there for brake lights, tail lights, and stuff like that. So we will have brake lights, tail lights. And I'm gonna see if I can hook up the reverse lights. That'll be cool. Oh, we're getting there. So we got that all mapped out. So what comes out of the box, so I know what comes out of the box, which are all these here. Got the nitrous bottle heater there. So just so you know, on the other car, when this setup was in the other car, the reason I did port, right, direct, and not a plate is so when I did this, they didn't have any really nice, good, now they make some really good plates that'll distribute the nitrous and the fuel pretty good. But these little Torker and these little Victor Jr. manifolds, especially on these small motors like this, the runners are so spread out, they usually run the front or back and tend to lean out. So when you go to this style, they're getting all the same thing. So this is the big nitrous system, but we only ran 100 jet in it, okay? So it only got, so on 100 shot, we went from 20% to 80%, top of 4th gear and 5th gear. That's all I used it for. So it's still a 289 block. We're not looking to blow it up. And it still ran real good like that. So instead of making a gear change to the rear, we just added the nitrous in the 5th gear when we were running the quarter in it. So it should be really good. Okay, so I'm gonna go get the rest of the wire. I ordered a roll of red number 6, which is gonna go from here to the front. Okay, and then I'll pick up make sure I got all my connectors that I need, and pick up whatever I don't have, finish up, and then we'll hook up the fuse box. Got a little fuse box that we hook up. Should be good. All right, coming along. All right, so we got a little bit more done. Got the wire for the alternator ran. Got this other fuse box, the power source mounted there. We started mounting some of the wires, connecting some of the wires to the MSD box. Under here is all nice and tucked up. This goes up to the horn, and the other one is for the lights. And here it's nice and clean. I don't see nothing. Use the ground right there. And then he's welding a stud on the frame rail on the bar. So we can hook up to chassis ground. All this down here is hooked up. Loop right there. This is the one for the alternator. These are the ones for the fuel pump. Getting there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get this one more side and that's it.
And then all I got to do back here when he's done, there's just one wire that gets hooked to the relays from the front. We already ran it all the way through. The next thing I'm going to do is I got to crawl in here. I got to shorten up all these wires. There's just a lot of wasted wire. We don't need them. I'm going to mount those 2 relays. There's 2 circuit breakers that get mounted on the firewall on this fender well here. So those wires don't have to be that long. On the other car, I think I had them mounted up here, but I'm not going to mount them up there. So we're going to shorten the wire, mount them on the side, and then hook all that back up. I got most of these all ready for reconnecting. There.
under the car wire and all the wires in here. Got all those mounted. Shortening a bunch of wires up. This all came out of the comments, though. It was all kind of different spots.
Yeah. Alright. That's going to go like that, and that's going to go like that. And
Alright.
making a plug here. So this whole harness, just all this is just nitrous. So solenoids, purge, and throttle, switch, everything's on this one harness. So I'm going to make 2 plugs and then we'll run it into the car. This way, if we ever got to take it off, we just unplug it. This is going in here. Got to get a 4-way plug for that one. The heater. Right. And that there. So these plugs, you can buy them on Amazon. Buy them as a big kit, comes with a whole bunch of them. And then the heat shrink, you get at Harbor Freight. But when you buy the heat shrink at Harbor Freight, you got to make sure you get the marine kind. Because this is like the marine kind. It's really thick. And it's like a gluey, so that comes out good. So this is going to get taped together like that. So that's one. This side is going to get done. I got to make a 4-wire one for the other one. So we need orange, purple, blue, black. All right, let's go make another one. All right, so most of this stuff in here is all done. Just trying to figure out one more wire there. Under the hood's all done. Doing now is, so we took the headlight bulbs out. I never had the headlights hooked up, I guess. So got new headlight bulbs, new sockets for the bulbs. We're going to wire the 2 headlights. In here is all wired. We have all the tail lights wired. We actually got tail lights, brake lights, and even reverse lights work. That's all done. Trying to charge this battery up to see if this thing takes a charge. It's been sitting for a long time, so hopefully it takes a charge. If not, I'm gonna have to get something for a battery and figure that out in a minute. Go back in here. Josh wired the lights, so the lights, tail lights, we're wiring the brake lights, and I'm doing the headlights in the front right now. So this is Josh's new sponsor for his car. This is Tito from AutoZone here in Vineland, right?
Millville, Vineland.
Millville, Vineland. So he's helping us out with all the stuff we need to finish this car up.
We're gonna get it running today, hopefully.
Hopefully get it running today. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
So if you guys ever need anything, come and see him.
Yep. AutoZone.
He'll help you out. And you're going, where are you going to be?
We'll be in Buna, located next to Tractor Supply in a couple months.
Okay.
New AutoZone in that area.
Well, right now they're over here in Millville, Vineland, across from next to Lowe's, in the Lowe's parking lot, basically.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
All right, so we had to cut that bracket off. So that's getting cut off, or it did get cut off. We got to make a new bracket for a new battery. Shout out to Tito over at AutoZone for supplying a battery for us at an awesome discount. So we got all our stuff for that. Got everything else we need. Carpet showed up. We stopped at Summit. We picked up whatever else we needed. So we got a bracket. We ordered that online. I don't even know what that eBay deal, but that's a beautiful little bracket, cheap compared to some of them. So that's for the nitrous bottle. I just got that marked out. We're gonna mount that right there. Johnny's in there doing some cardboard templates for the back panels. So I'm gonna mount the piece for the nitrous bottle here. And then I'm gonna finish wiring the rest of this stuff. Now we got all the rest of the switches we need. Got a little horn mounted in the front. The headlights are all done. We checked all that. Got a horn mounted there. The line lock is wired. I just got to tap it into power source and put the button on it. And then we got the rest of those little wires there. Tail lights are run. Brake lights are run. So the brake lights work off of a pressure switch that's mounted into the system. We're getting there. He's gonna weld, make a new plate or whatever he's gonna do for the battery here. Then I can hook the battery back up and test my wires out. And I'm gonna run the nitrous bottle heater to here. Wire all the wires for that. And we should be good. Won't be long now. I'll have this baby running.
Alright, we got our bracket for the clutch pedal that we're going to put the trans brake button on. Welding that in place. Got the other battery tray made up. So I got that in there. We got the two rods that are going to go down through the floor. I got the holes made for those. And we got the original spring.
I'm gonna try to get that back on. I need a little brace for this side.
Yeah, we'll put another piece on that so it holds it.
And then the switch. And that's that. Then I gotta wire the switch. And then that's gonna go from there to the transmission.
Yep.
Trans brake. Alright.
I'm so jealous.
Good.
That was
Make sure
me
it's on
under
all the way
there
on.
Yeah, that's all.
35 years ago,
Okay, now. let's
wiring
try
the same car.
Voltage.
it. So, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay, come on out. Alright. Now we gotta test it.
Gonna test it?
Testing one.
Testing. Come on out. So line lock and what color is it? White.
Line lock.
So what are you guys wiring?
Line
A
lock.
line lock and a trans brake.
Line lock and a trans brake.
You got this.
Alright.
So these two. All right. So we backed it out. We got most of the wiring done. We put the transmission cooler underneath the car. So we're gonna get it up on the lift and run the cooling lines to the back from the transmission. It's already wired, the fan works, all that stuff's cool. So we're gonna do that and then put it back in here, finish up a couple little more wires. I gotta get like a dome light for inside so we can see in the dark in there, turn the light on in there. And that's it. Put the rug down, put the seat in it, and get it ready to fire up. And so he's making that little mounting hole. We're gonna run the lines. The lines go up into there. I'm gonna tie all this up out of the way so nothing gets touched. I'm gonna get that fitting hooked in. I'm gonna put the diaper back on it. Put some fluid in it.
Some thick metal right there.
And Josh, how old are you today?
23 today.
Oh, 23. Okay, cool. All right, 23 years old. My right-hand man here. So you might get the car started on his birthday.
We're gonna try.
Hopefully, we're gonna try. So,
We're gonna try.
all right, let's finish putting this on. All right, got everything all buttoned up. Tranny cooler's in. Tranny lines are in. Gear oil in the rear end. Finally found the U-joints for the dry shaft. They were lost, missing in action. I got the lines all hooked up for the tranny. Engine diapers on. All right, I'll let it down. Put some transmission fluid in it. Got to put the ignition wires and all that stuff back on. See if we can fire this thing up.
How close are we to getting it started?
Put the wires on it, and it should be ready to go.
Thing needs a big ass cleaning.
How long have you been sitting?
6 years.
Yeah, I gotta go over everything and clean it before we take it out somewhere. After it's done. After it's ready. I don't remember if we put some in the converter before
Yeah,
we
we
put it
did.
up there.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
It's a lot of wires.
Everything's numbered.
It's a
Then we
good
gotta
thing.
flush the fuel out.
Yeah, I gotta do that too first. I got gas in there.
Okay. No spark plugs.
Yeah.
We took the plugs out. That's why. Okay. I gotta go get a set of plugs out of the trailer.
I got them in there. There's like 4 boxes.
Okay. That's why the valve covers were off, so we can get the spark plugs. Because. All right. Take them back off again.
Okay, spark plugs are in it.
And tighten them up. Everything's tight.
We're gonna run some gas. Put gas in the back. We're gonna run it through the lines first. Make sure everything's clean. Not that there should be anything in there, but we're gonna just make sure.
Usually I do this with the valve covers off. It's a lot. And give you a little bit more room. These headers, they're very tight. That's why they work so good.
Okay, here we go. Starting her up.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's in park, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just turn the fuel pump on and then you see the 2 gauges?
It's in for huh?
The 2 fuel gauges, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Start it up. I mean, what do you call it? Turn the fuel pump on. Tell me when the gauges read.
Yeah.
Stop. All right, turn it back on one more time. Beautiful. Okay, ready?
I got 7 and 9.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
there's air and everything in them. I just want to make sure the carburetor wasn't going to blow over or something stupid.
You want me to turn the fuel pump on after it gets running?
We're going to make sure it's going to start right up. So.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we got a leak. Hold on.
Oh no.
We got a leaker.
We got a leaker. This line's loose. Hold on. Time out. Okay.
Those are all tight now?
Yeah, that one was leaking. I gotta check these on the heat now.
Did we put... I think those are just straight from the...
Those should be. Go turn the pump on. Let me make sure there's any leaking in here.
Right?
Yeah. Alright. Those are good. Do it again. Let me make sure this one ain't leaking again.
Hang on, I wanted to check this again.
Because I don't remember. We put these in so long ago. I don't remember we tightened any of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember what we tightened or didn't tighten.
Alright, one more. Let me just check one more thing. Those I didn't touch.
They ain't leaking, I mean.
Okay. Alright.
Try to test again.
Yeah.
I don't know where Lisa keeps them, but...
I don't know. Don't worry about her, right? You might have to keep it running for a second because it's kind of cold. It never has it run. And then I'll do the tranny fluid after you get it started up. So listen.
Well, I can't reach them.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'll do it.
I can kind of reach
Okay, I got you. Go ahead.
Alright.
Fuel. Put the
Pump again?
ignition. No, I don't need no pump.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Ignition on?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
Go ahead.
Hang on, I gotta put the two wires together. Ready?
Yeah.
Alright.
I told you it was gonna start right up. Alright, so listen.
Yeah.
Just watch the oil pressure, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Make sure we got oil pressure. Go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah, it's gonna go slow, but make sure you got it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
A little more fuel.
No, don't touch nothing. We got a leak already.
Huh?
We got a leak already.
Okay.
Why did I don't know?
Alright.
Happy birthday.
No.
What?
Did you spill training fluid before?
No, that's what was leaking out of the funnel. Yeah.
Okay.
Here, we'll wipe it up and make sure. But
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna put the light on there. I'll keep looking at it.
No, that's what I spilled already. Though. I saw that before.
Just making sure.
Where's the? Here, throw this rag on.
Don't put the rag on it. Just leave it.
Well, I was gonna wipe it up, but
Don't worry about it. We're good. I know what it is now. Go ahead, get in it. Let's. I'll look at it and make sure. Go ahead.
ready?
Yeah.
Want fuel again or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
Knock the sign off.
Yep,
Happy
got
birthday.
oil pressure.
Got oil pressure?
Yep.
No leak. Okay, good.
Okay.
Hold on a second. You got to keep it running.
Okay.
Just keep it running, and we'll mess with everything else later. I just make sure there's nothing leaking. Okay.
Anna, do me a favor. Throw me the
What do you need?
blanket that's on the back there, and then I can just sit on the floor. I can't. I gotta hold this and
Hold on, I got it. Put the earmuffs on. Now you gotta what you call it, all right? So,
put the fuel pump on.
well, yeah, but I need you to keep it running so I can put training fluid in it.
Okay. I got you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hang on, I gotta hold the wires together. After I start it and I can let them go though, right?
Yeah, that's just for cranking. Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You want fuel pump again?
Sure. Alright, good. It'll run enough, long enough on the car.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the smoke?
Where?
Right there.
Well, everything's gonna smoke. It hasn't run it forever.
Okay.
That's burning dust.
That's just burning dust off.
oil and what
Just
you want.
making sure.
I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Okay, listen. So you're gonna put your foot on the brake. I need you to put it in reverse
Yeah.
so I can make sure the fluid's circulating.
Okay. Do you want to just put it up one? Take the slide that front.
I'm gonna slide the front out. I got it. Go ahead.
You gotta put the pedestals on.
Okay. No. All right. That wheel off the ground, Tam?
Yes.
Okay. Josh, so
The front's not.
That's fine. No, I
Okay,
don't
just
want
back. Okay.
Josh,
Yeah.
so you're gonna step on the brake,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna have to hold that and put it in reverse.
Do I gotta hold these together after? Or no.
No, once you start it, that you can let go
Okay.
of those.
Okay.
Let me get a couple more of these ready. So you put in 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6,
Plus the converter.
6. So I'm gonna put 6 in it, or 7
I
in it.
got one cord just in the line.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna put 7, and then we'll check it off.
Plus the cooler.
All right, start it up. You're gonna keep it running.
Okay.
Don't
Ready?
step on the gas a lot. It'll start right back up.
I'm not gonna touch the gas yet.
Yeah, you should start up and then just feather it.
All right. Ready?
Yeah. All right, stay there for a second. Yeah, we gotta
She said just wait.
move the stuff off the glass so you can see. Are you filming again? You gotta put the thing together. Go ahead. Ah,
figure out
break
why
through. What?
it don't want to move in first.
That might be third. That might be third.
No, third's all the way on the bottom.
I know, but the tranny, depending on the reverse pattern, that might have been third, so it won't move because the stall's so bad. So you might have to go all the way down as first, second, third. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't know how that. How's that? Happy birthday! All right.
It moves on its own power.
All right, we got a bunch of more little stuff we got to do, and then we'll be done. All right? Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Switches off.